Hi guys, welcome to Painting with Lenny Part 4. Yesterday's Painting with Lenny, I was working on uh, a unit of the pot handlers, the lunch ladies basically. So I finished them yesterday. I was working on a shepherd. She's finished, and I finished a heavy beast, and they're all outside. Well, the sealer is drying on them. They're mat sealed at the minute. So it leaves this unit. The models that arrived yesterday are primed outside as well, so I've them two. And then it only leaves my caster and my angel, Angelius, whatever you want to call it. It's just this. So I'm kind of thinking it's 2 o'clock now, and about 8 hours for I kind of need to start wrapping up because I've work early tomorrow. Um, take away about an hour and a half for dinner and dishes and shit. Let's have a shower. Okay, I'll knock it all done today. My goal is to try and get this unit done, or 90% done by the end of the hangout. Because then I won't have much left. I'll have 2 in the garage and 2 there. So yeah, if I get through this unit today, I'm left with 4 models. And then after that, I only have another 7, and my whole army is painted. But at the minute, according to my app, this is the War Machine and Horde's Army Creator app. If it wants to work for me. Faction progress painted, and it's upside down for you. Yeah. I've painted 22 out of 32, so I'm 68% complete. My 2 Liliths are painted. Tagrosh, she's the one I'm entering in competition, he's not painted. I have Veil 1 painted, haven't done Veil 2, she's primed. I have to paint the Afflictor, the Angelus, which is the blue one you've seen. You haven't seen the Afflictor. Carnivian's done, Bloodseer's done, 2 Bowshores are done, Rake is done, Ravagor, 2 Scythians, 4 Shredders, the unit of Legionnaires. The Ogre More Spears are not done. That's another unit that's over there, haven't painted yet. Spawning Vessel is done, finished that yesterday. Strider Rangers, that's all done today, and the UA. Captain Firelord Standard, he's being primed. Strider Rangers, Concerned Musician, that's the UA I'm working on as well. The War Spear Chieftain, he's primed actually. Blighted Nick Shepherds, 2 of them are done. Blighted Nick Sorceress and Hellion, just 1 to do. Strider Death Stalker is done, Succubus is done, Forsaken is done. So this is the beast for the Sorceress and Hellion. It's just a big winged worm. Winged worm. It's missing his jaw, so it looks absolutely hideous right now. And I don't know where the rider is. It's either in my case or on my table. But I'm not worried about it right now. I'll sort that later. So it'll only leave 7 models after what I have to get done for the tournament. So I might just plow through it in the next week and just get everything done for it, and then I can focus on something else. So I'll get rid of that. Now, dry brushing, that's what I need to be doing now. That's technical paint. I have no viewers yet. Okay, so if anyone does watch this afterwards, leave a comment below. Let us know what you're working on. Let us know if you want to pop in the future, painting with Lenny, and I can invite you. I have opened the comments, I think, so hopefully they'll work. But what I'm going to do now is, same as the shepherd's cloak from yesterday, these all have feathers on them. So I'm going to dry brush them up the same way as the shepherds. I was playing Borderlands last night and my Xbox froze. I was debating whether or not to paint last night and just try and plow through this unit. And I said, no, I'll take a break, and do me no harm. And it was a sign because the Xbox died and I ended up staying up about the same amount of time I would have if I had been painting. That's what I get for not dedicating my life to painting every day. I got another video uploaded last night. It's the review of the resin bases that I got recently. So stay tuned for that. It'll be up on the 10th of this month. I think it's next Wednesday. Could be Monday. I'm not sure. Yeah, class bases. Very cool. Must get around to sticking something on them, but I'm not too worried about it just yet because I need to get this army done and I have a commission in, which is going to be challenging. Which one is I done? It's actually kind of hard to see. Okay, I'd say that they're done. Are you done? No, doesn't look like it. I'm kind of debating building my Infinity over the next couple of days as well. I only have like 6 or 7 figures to build, but I have the Angel Heraldez book, so I might try and just do some videos on them, just to break the War Machine videos. Because the commissions that I've been doing lately are all War Machine, so the channel's content is kind of directed towards War Machine at the minute, and I know not everyone fancies War Machine, so I have a different commission in at the minute. It's a dragon for fantasy, so I suppose we could do a painting with Lenny and just work on that. It's not an origin commission though. It's a Reaper Bones dragon, and I don't know how to say this, but I don't like it. The detail is good, don't get me wrong, the detail is good. It's not that I don't like it, it's the material that it's made out of, because I was using the hairdryer method to try and straighten it out the way you do it resin. I used hot water method, and it's still reverting back to its basic form, which is really annoying because the basic form, you can see how the wings are packed, and I think I done a video on it. I'm not sure if it was in any of my videos. I'll show you now in a minute. It's really annoying because of the way it is. I think I've done this guy already. There you go, have an extra highlight, do you no harm. It's a nice model, don't get me wrong. I just have to dry brush up the scales and stuff on it, and then there's the wings. I'm going to try and wet blend them. But I have to base it. I have to cut the base first. If I cut the base, it'd be easier because it's not on a base at the minute, and I don't like painting something unless it's on a base. It's just the way the model is now. It's really annoying me. Like, I'm sure it could have been made out of a better material that's not going to, you know, the material that like toy dinosaurs are made of. It's very like that. So like if you bent that toy dinosaur as a kid, that's it. That dinosaur has now a crippled arm for the rest of his life, or the duration of his playability. And this dragon is no different. And like a prime and the paint has gone on fine. It's not a bother. But I'll show you now. Let me finish this guy off. So this is the, where's the camera? I'll move it a bit central. This is the Reaper Bones dragon. There's his wings that are curved the same way, which is really annoying. So what's the best way of showing you this? If you imagine that my fingers are the base for this, his tail is below the base, and I heated it up and brought it up like that. But see, when I let that go, it just goes back down. Same with the wings. I mean, look at this. I should not be able to do that. And then, so that's why I was kind of annoyed about this model. The foot is the same. I had to bend the foot out, and I had it bent out, and it's just going back in. And it's for a dragon, trusty Space Wolf for scale. It's not really that big, which is annoying because the one I done for Jason, if you go back through a couple of, no, actually you won't see it because I didn't video it. Like a dick. I'm just thinking that there was two really big projects I done when I was in college, and I didn't video them, which was really annoying. One of them was the War Machine Hordes Cricks caster board that I done, and that thing came out really well. I was very happy with it. I said War Machine and lost a viewer. Sad times. Hello, viewers. And the other one was a wood elf dragon with like a little wood elf rider guy on the top of it. I think I done a studio update and he was in it, but I sure didn't. I finish him, mat seal him, and bring him over to a game for your man, and I never videoed him or took pictures. So it's just like the work on project pictures that I have, and I've lost my other viewer now. So that's a bit of a pain, but it was a lot better than it was Warhammer scale dragon, obviously, because it's a wood elf dragon, but it was a lot better than this. This is just tiny. Like the Space Marine is up to its shoulder. It's not fun. But it's not my dragon, it's someone else's. They can enjoy it. They can enjoy it when it's painted. So I'll get through that soon as well. I've lost my dry brush. So it looks like I have a viewer dropping in and out. Hopefully it's not because of my really bad internet that's happening. I'm in work tomorrow. I might see if I can pick up some of this better tissue paper, because this one is just terrible for dry brushing. I don't know if I can focus you anymore. Is that better or is it worse? I want to check the YouTube and see if there is. Oh, there's a comment. Oh, there's a notification. This event is starting now. Well, I'm Lenny, so if they don't know that Lenny's at it, there's trouble. So no, that's not what I wanted. It keeps sending me a notification to tell me that I'm painting with Lenny. I know I'm painting with Lenny. Right, so someone is not coming to painting with Lenny that I don't know. Okay, that's fine. I'll just stay here by myself and ramble. All videos. Let's see if it comes up here. No. Okay. There's a way of getting it up on YouTube, and then I can keep refreshing and see if there's any comments on it. I have the comments thing open to the viewer that's here, but there's nothing coming up on the side, so I don't know if you've commented or not, and I still don't know how to work this yet. Excuse me. Yeah, that's not what I want either. The reason I'm dry brushing the cloak now is because, or the leaves, is because I have to paint the cloak afterwards. I highlight the cloak up, so if I mess up with the dry brushing, it's no biggie. I can just tidy it up afterwards. Oh, the rest of the display, that's great. That's okie dokies. Right. I've lost my viewers again. I have a strange feeling that it's either because I keep mentioning War Machine, or it's because of my internet. I'm not really sure which it is, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to crack on and try and get through these guys. Because the quicker I get through these, the quicker I get to work on my commission, which means more content. And that's what I need to do, because I have nothing looking for it at the minute. I have 2 videos to release, I believe. I could be wrong there, but sitting on 2 videos isn't great. I was sitting on 3 the other day and I was kind of comfortable, and then I didn't bother recording that, and big mistake. So just to try and break the whole War Machines directions challenge thing, I know there's nothing I can do about it. Well, there is, but like that's mainly what I'm working on. I'm not going to stop on War Machine just to create a different bit of content, because I really need to get this army painted for the tournament. The Infinity guys, they have been sitting there since I bought the box set in around Christmas, I believe. So I'm gonna try and do them. I'll work on them one at a time. Might work on them, do separate sit-and talks or painting with Lenny's, and just work on different projects. So I'll have the dragon for fantasy. I'll have Infinity, I mightn't do any more War Machine. But see, once I get these painted, my army painted, that's kind of it for War Machine. And I have another faction, but it's not mine, it's the girlfriend's. But it's not like she's rushing out to play, so I can leave that for a while and just work on my Warhammer Fantasy and maybe the Infinity and just change the channel's been going in. With War Machine being my main game system at the minute, it's kind of why the channel's directed that way. But I have been playing Fantasy as well, so I will, as soon as I finish this and get back on track with the commission, I'll start working on my Warriors of Chaos army. And we go from there with content. There'll be showcases of the units as I finish them. I don't have a lot of units. I have 2 units of 14 warriors. I have a demon prince that's like painted from years ago. He just doesn't have a base or feet at the minute. Actually, one of the lads gave me a model. Can't even remember the game system now. Anima Tactics, I think. And he's kind of holding his hand like this, and there's a big flame thing coming up and around over his head. So I put him up on a disc of Slanesh, of Zinch, and it's just a screamer Zinch. So that needs to be painted up. And because he's like my hero guy in the game, he needs to be painted up quite well. So I'll do a good bit of painting on him. I have the BSB that everyone, or the Chaos Lord that everyone has. This chap, I have him to paint. I have 2 units of knights. One of them is really old knights that rank up really well, and one of them is the new one that are like steam powered dreadnoughts that don't want to go together at all. The width of the horses, because they spikes and stuff on the sides of them, they won't rank up. So when you're ranked up, you can fit a paintbrush through the gap. It's horrible. What else have I got? I've unit a juggernaut, skull crushers and juggernauts, and the chariot. And I'm gonna make a spawn out of the gore beast from the chariot kit because I didn't use them. And then I have to make my normal demon prince. So I have a bit of work to do on that. And I'll be painting up all my 40k stuff. Just because my Legion will be done, I might as well work on everything else then as well. Yeah, so just once I get through this tournament and the War Machine commission, I don't know if there's any more coming from this guy, commission wise. I'm picking up a commission at the tournament. It's the me giving out about Reaper Bones. One of the guys got in touch with me on the Facebook. If you're on Facebook, look up Sergeant Shermox, throw me a like. I appreciate it. He has bought like all the Reaper Kickstarters and stuff. So he's like 500 models or something he was saying he wants me to paint. Obviously not all at once because that would definitely burn you out. But I'm picking up a portion of it. So that'd be kind of more fantasy based, I'm presuming. There's like heroes, different types of heroes and stuff like that. It looks cool. It's just interesting and different models for a change. But I'll be working. That would be fun to see. I'll have my 40k models that will be being painted. I think that's out of focus now. Yeah, that's better. I have my 40k models, so I've my Eldar army to paint up, my Space Wolf army to paint up. I have lots of different bits and bobs for my chaos that I kind of just need to sort out and fix. Blood Angels, actually, that's the other one. Space Wolves, Eldar, Chaos, and Blood Angels. So my Blood Angels army, I have the Games Day Blood Angels captain with his like fist up in the air, but he's not the full model. He was missing his bolter and his backpack and his head, so he kind of converted up. I'll get him painted, but I'm going to spend time on him because he's a HQ model. I don't know if I'll ever play 40k again with the way the rules are going and changing all the time. It's just a lot of money that I can't afford to be spending on it. But I have the Crimson Fist Games Day model or 25th anniversary model, whatever it is, as well. So he'll be getting a lot of love and work put into him once I start him. I might make it like a monthly thing and set a goal. Have 2 weeks to paint something fantasy based and 2 weeks to do something 40k based or sci-fi based, because that will include an Infinity guy as well. It just depends on what way I end up with commissions, because I don't want to focus too much on my own stuff, because I'll have my main game done once this army's finished, and then I can kind of use the commissions to better my skill and buy more models. And maybe get better editing software, because Windows Movie Maker is not fun. It's so basic. All I do is Photoshop the cover photo, throw it in on top of the video, and then just save it for YouTube. But even trying to make the Photoshop file for it is a nightmare, because excuse me, the computer keeps crashing for some reason, and I need to get a new computer for college anyway, or a new laptop I should say, so I'm not getting a desktop. So I might just gear my commission money towards that and not buy any new models for a while until I get everything painted. I got Chris's Manhunter, so before I finish up on the War Machine, block of videos, Chris's Manhunter will be getting a lot of love. Been getting that done and back to, because then Chris can start playing War Machine. And I seen the other day on Facebook, could have been today actually, 33 Clay Dog, shout out there for the guy. I don't know if it's a commission or if he's picking up War Machine, because I haven't been talking to the chat, but he has a Retribution battle box to paint up, and that's the faction that my girlfriend has, is Retribution. They look really cool. But I'm into War Machine better, because it's a really competitive, really fun game. I don't know if he's just noticed how much I like War Machine, but I just thought I'd let you know that I really like War Machine. Mini Warzone, I think is the chap's name. Give him a shout out there. He has started his War Machine adventures, you could say. He has Legion of Everblight, which is good because that's the same faction I play. And he's just kind of starting out with it. I think he's some Circle as well, so I'm going to presume that he got the 2-player starter box. I got it and I just sold the models to the Circle player in our group. He was happy enough. But your man, Mini Warzone, his name is Pete. He was talking about his game. I've been listening to some of his videos when I'm painting. He has a video about his games, and he's talking about the cards and stuff for the Legion of Everblight faction. And he was saying how his mate absolutely killed him. I'm playing War Machine since like September-ish. No, October. Yeah, because it was only like I was only playing 2 or 3 weeks before I went to my Masters tournament. Yeah, he was saying how he kept getting killed, and I was playing a game, and the only way you win is by cheating, and that's because you haven't read your cards fully. So make sure that if you are getting into War Machine, you read your cards and do your best to memorize all the special rules and stuff else. There's a lot to take in. But I wasn't fully. I've said this in one of the previous bait with Lenny, so I wasn't fully reading the card, and in the end, it didn't benefit me because I was winning on assassinations, but they weren't legal assassinations because I was cheating. So make sure you read your rules. Thankfully, it was only a friendly game, wasn't in the tournament, but I will be thoroughly studying my cards before I go to the tournament, so I can't fuck up like that. But yeah, I haven't really won many games of War Machine. The only way that you can win them is if you've a really strong list that someone can't crack. So you've heavy armor, and they just have no way of dealing with it, and you just win on scenario. Or if you can just get something in there that's going to absolutely kill. So Mini Warzone has Carnivian. I've often got assassination off of the Carnivian. It's just how you play the game, and there's no way of getting better at the game without practice. You might make a list that can deal with one thing, but it can't deal with that else. So you need to learn how to make your list work to all situations. And that there was a bit of a ramble for you on War Machine. I might take the Infinity models to work tomorrow and just build them up. But see, the thing was, I was trying to do green stuff bases for them, so they weren't just standing on the bare plastic. And then I was like, oh yeah, I'll do the bases, And I can't really make them without gluing the bases because they're so finicky. You need something to hold them down. So maybe I can't build them more unless I want to go bring sculpting tools and Vaseline and green stuff and a bunch of models. Sure, I might as well bring my compressor and prime cans. I don't think that's gonna work. I might just leave that for another while. Well, they are 25 now, and I have trench bases. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I'll have a look at it later on and see, because that could be a way of dealing with it. Gained a subscriber over the last couple of days, up to 146 now. I think that's impressive. I'm happy. It's probably not a whole lot of subscribers, but with the way college was, I kind of let my channel run away and I wasn't uploading enough for it. And I really did take a lot of time working on that commission, the big Chaos Army. And that's because I was working part time, I was studying for exams, trying to do assignments. It was hard going. It's done now. I'm going into the next year of it, so that's good. But I'll try and build up an absolute abundance of videos and have them so I can record a video or two a week when I'm in college. Well, obviously not in the college itself, but during college, so I can just keep uploading them and have them pre-scheduled so that I'm not missing out again. Because I was fairly active on the channel for a while over the summer last year, and then I dropped off because I went back to college and assignments started taking over. It was often nights I could come in at 4 o'clock and I'd be still doing assignments at 1 o'clock the next morning, you know. Doesn't leave a lot of time for hobbying. And you just get burnt out very quick in the hobby when you're doing college and working. It takes the fun out of it for you. But I'm gonna try and not let that happen this time. It's thanks to Mel, the brain shooter, that I was able to pre-schedule them. I never even knew you could do that. So it's handy, like, just throw a couple of them up. The only thing is, I'm trying to make them look that little bit more professional. Obviously, you can't do a whole lot with Windows Movie Maker, but just to make them more appealing, so it's not just a random picture of a model and my gigantic fat hand in the way, I started to do the Photoshop thing. It's just like two triangles and then a bit of text, so you kind of know what you're looking at. If you want to look at it, you want to look at it. If you don't, no biggie. You have an idea then without having to click into the video of what you're going to be looking at. Obviously, there's a title and a description, but personally, I won't watch a video if I don't like the look of the thumbnail. So it's, I don't know if it's just a personal thing or if it's just me overdoing it, but I'm going to try and keep it consistent now throughout the rest of my videos. Like, it only takes literally 3 minutes to do it on Photoshop, and then 5 minutes beforehand to try and get the laptop not to kill itself. It's like, oh, your graphics card has failed and it's trying to restart, and your processor is not dealing well with this problem, and then it just keeps flashing the images at you, and Photoshop freezes then, so then the whole thing freezes. It's not good. It's not good. Oh. I've been spending so much time in front of the hobby table lately, it's ridiculous. I actually got it clean today, so it looks half decent. And it's just, I have 14 Chaos Warriors, then paint on a shelf. Then I have James's Tyranids. One of them is not painted still, I have to do that. And then a War Machine model, then paint. Then I have an absolute jumble of Space Marines, Orcs, and Eldar mixed in with airbrush cleaners and paint. But the War Machine models get their own space underneath the shelves. And then there's the dragon that has a nail in his hoof. He's afraid to put it down. Well, maybe it's the dragon from Shrek. And she's very feminine. Excuse me. Right, I think I'll crack on with some metallics because I need to wash the bandages after doing them. This is where we're at now. The flesh has been based and washed, cloak is base coated, feathers are done, and then there's these brown areas. They're like bandages or ribbons on them. So I need to wash them and then highlight them. But I forgot some armor plates on the musician, so I might actually go back and do that. This is the musician. He's pretty cool. His I was gonna say his horn. His trumpet was is kind of like a wooden texture on it. So what I'm gonna try and do is oh no, I'm after breaking them. Fix him there. You can see the wood on this guy here. There was actually a bit of work went into making the wood paint on this. So I'm gonna try and replicate that, but on this guy's trumpet. It's gonna be kind of hard. Yeah, that's broke. It was so hard to make this guy because what you have to do is you have to glue this back section in. It's sitting on like a square piece and all the bits are on it. Then you have to, once that's glued into the carriage, you have to glue on the axle, and then you have to glue the two wheels onto the axle, right? But for this guy, his whole torso and his two little arms stick out. It's the gloves that you have to glue on, but the gloves are made into this bar, and then you glue the chimney on. So you glue the chimney on, glue them on, but then you have to try and hold the gobbo, the carriage, and the two things all at once with super glue sticking you to the model. It's a horrible experience. And the fact I just broke them is not good either. I have an email. Emails are not fun. Oh, work emails. I love, I love the way it's for my manager, but it comes straight to my phone. Yeah, that's good. That'll be interesting to explain tomorrow. How you doing, boss? I got your emails. when your name is in your email address and it is not a female name and it is clearly not the same name, you think that people will cop. I always like it when I when I get a direct email say, "Ooh, who's talking to me?" YouTube. Oh. Or I was doing an online course in around Christmas while I was doing my college course, and I had all my work for it saved on my 10-inch tablet that broke because what I was doing was I was on the exercise bike and I was doing all my research and notes and stuff on it, and didn't have a cover for the tablet. Right, I had a neoprene bag, so it was like literally a foam wallet around it, and it didn't even like the tablet was loose in it. So that was grand. Was thrown it in and out of the bag in college. Went and bought a €20 hardcover leather case. Put it on the first day. I walked from the canteen up to the room upstairs, which was literally a 30-second walk. The laptop screen was cracked in half in the bottom half of the screen. So if you imagine your screen is here and there's two parts, this is the touchscreen bit, this is the bottom bit, this bit is cracked inside. And I went into a computer shop and asked them could they fix it. The tablet was €120. They wanted €80 to fix the screen. I was like, no, it's all right. I'll just buy a 7-inch tablet for that money, thanks. And that is what I did. So yeah, smart. I had to make a video for work. I was looking the other day, my SD card is starting to fill up. I was like, I should really delete them videos because I haven't heard that back from them yet. And something was like, no, don't do it yet. I was like, okay, I'll listen to myself for a change. And isn't it just as fucking well? They can send via Dropbox. They want the clips via Dropbox. I'm just kind of thinking, do you realize how long it takes me to upload a video to YouTube? Never mind 7 or 8 different clips, all in MP4, HD, 720, whatever. Ridiculous. I just said, that's my weekend. It's just going to be sitting up at night making sure that the laptop doesn't disconnect and the videos get sent. Thank you. Work ruined my Friday. I was going to do something, but Alex, gotta stop rambling. So I have a viewer. I'm not getting any comments in the group chat, so I'm going to check the YouTube and make sure that they haven't commented. I'm not a pure ignorant fuck on them. Now, I can't even get mobile coverage to ring or text my manager to see if she got an email as well. No comments to display. It's horrible. I'm in a civilization black spot where there is no civilization. It's horrible. So I have a viewer. Thanks for watching. Welcome to the show. Just chilling and painting. Giving out. Talking War Machine. If you're into War Machine, it's good. If you're not, unfortunately, War Machine is the topic of my channel for the next couple of weeks. I think I have a style model done. Okay, I don't have hobo silver. Consistency is key in an army. So like this is the cloak that I done for this one. And she's snow on it because she's running through snow and whatever. And I was gonna paint these ones up the same, but this actually has folds in it. These just have like poked holes in them where obviously something's got through them. So no, that's not happening. You can just that'll do it. Grant job. Cheers. Thanks. I have to highlight them up now. And I'm gonna try and highlight them up something similar, but just not as extreme. Because there's a good couple of days worth of work went into the model with the snow on the cave. I'm not doing it on 8 guys as well. It's way too much work. And I don't have that kind of time at the minute, unfortunately. Well, I probably do, if you consider next week, but I need to wet blend the Tag Rush. I was going to say the HQ. I was like, no, that's 40k talk. I need to wet blend up his highlights and stuff because I'm entering him into a painting competition, so he needs to be half decent, not an arse job anyway, half arse job. Just really struggling there with English. Don't know what's going on. I'm thinking that a video a day is good on my channel, but it's a bit unreasonable. So it'll be a video every 2 or 3 days if all goes according to plan. Because that gives me time to record, edit, and schedule different things, but not just go, oh, hey, here's that unit I was painting yesterday. I've added a wash. So I really don't want to be doing that. And that's what I'm afraid of doing. So that's why there might be a couple of days grace, you could say, where I haven't uploaded a video, but I will be working on content. I might start doing the showcase videos for the Legion models, just to start getting them up and have them there. So give me, it'll also take the pressure off because I have stuff painted, but it means I can focus on painting the other stuff that actually needs painting. So that'll, yeah, that might be a bad idea. Probably won't get that done today though, because the kids are going to be home from school in about 20 minutes. So that'll be the end of my show because it's Friday, which means my little brother is going to come in and spend his Friday evening screaming at other little faggots on his Xbox. And you really don't want to be listening to that. The other day, he was talking about GTA and he's forwarding the campaign to me because he had it like 3 or 4 weeks longer than me. Now, realistically, I could have caught up if I had bothered my whole, but I didn't because I was just like, well, I've heard so much about the game now. I don't need to play it anymore. So I'm playing Borderlands because he hasn't played it and won't play it. So I can actually enjoy the storyline in the game. But the other day I just got up and left, drove out of the house. Because Jesus Christ, that child can talk for Ireland. I was like, Nicky, shut up. Yeah, but just let me. And then he keep going. I was like, oh, shut the fuck up. You know the Metal Scythian? If you watched the previous shows, you'll have seen the Metal Scythian. I was debating throwing it at him. Because that thing, if any of you are familiar with 40k rules, you don't need to roll a 6 for instant death. Anything above a 1 is instant death with this model. Because it's literally just a giant chunk of metal. You know, I should pay. This is the pimp elf, and he has his pimp arrow. The first time I made him, it was actually touching the base. It doesn't look as good now because it's not, but I might paint that up purple, so it's just real, you know, hipster and fancy looking. That'll be funny. Funny. Oh Jesus, excuse me. Where did that come from? It's something to do with the fact I was drinking Monster. And I don't know what a fuck is. Maybe it's like a fact. So it's 10 to 3 now. So I'll probably have another 15 minutes. I'm gonna have to wrap it up, guys, because the kids are coming home. And maybe I'll leave the house when they come home. But you really don't want to be listening to a 12-year-old screaming down the Xbox. He's in his room, right, which is across the landing. And you have to come into my room, and it's like, I'd say it's 10 foot long, my room, roughly, just guessing. So my door is at the opposite end of the room, and I'm sitting here at the table underneath my bed with headphones on, and I could be playing music or listening to like a battle report or something. That little shit is like, now imagine 10 foot closed door speak or headphones, right? He's across the hall, which is another 8 or 9 foot closed door. Then there's like another few feet into his telly, and I can still hear the little brick. So if I can hear him that far away with headphones on, there's a high possibility of the mic picking it up and letting you guys listen to it. So I'm not going to put you through that torture. You really don't need to bear witness or suffer that. You know, squeaky 12-year-old shouting abuse at each other because they died. You know, it's funny to listen to at times, and then there's just times where you're like, shut up, or I'm going to end up doing time. What I have now is a Nerf gun, and I go in and I'll just shoot him in the face with it. I'm shooting him in the back of the head. But the other day I was messing about and I have a stormtrooper costume. It's a commander, not commander code, Commander Rex, I believe. But it doesn't have the gun, so I just have this gigantic Nerf pistol. And I went in the other day and I kept shooting him, but I only have one bullet because the little prick is taking them all. So I just kept reloading the bullet and shooting him, and he was in a race. He's like, oh, stop. So I thought it was hilarious, but then he was giving out that I was hurting him, so I put the helmet on him and I kept shooting the helmet. So he had his microphone on, and it's only a one-eared microphone, so it looks really weird. It's like a air traffic controllers. So I was shooting him, but I'd put the clone trooper helmet on, so it was really loud because it's like shitty plastic. And he was giving out that he was deaf, and I just kept saying, "What? I'm deaf. What? I'm deaf." I said, "Well, how can you hear what I'm saying if you're deaf?" And then I shot him again. He started, getting a little upset, so I left him be. But it's just hilarious to watch. I open the door now if I'm coming up the stairs, and I'll go in and I'll touch the. If you imagine that the microphone's on the little bar at the side, I'll just push that into his mouth and he's talking. He just rage quits at life. Poor child. But to be funny, I just go in and slap the microphone off his head, and he's giving out, and then he tries to pause the game, which you can't pause when you're playing online in GTA apparently. So he gets killed. He was driving a motorbike the other day, and he'd only got it done up. He spent a couple of $100 getting it done up, and he had to keep doing heists to get the money to do it. And me being the prick I am, he was playing it, and he was like, "Right, we're doing this heist," and I was like, "All right," and he says, "Yeah, we've break this guy out of prison, and we're gonna get X amount of money." I was like, "Oh, that's cool," and he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "What happened if I done this?" And I went, "Wah!" And I just grabbed the two joysticks and drove him into a wall, and the fucking bike exploded, and he was just going apeshit because he had to pay a couple of $100 to get the bike back again. I didn't feel bad. He deserved it. That's what you get for being an aggressive 12-year-old on a microphone. He was none too happy. None too happy at all. I thought it was the funniest thing ever because he hit like, I don't know what else to call them other than Jersey barriers. That's just from watching Americans talk about them in the terrain. But he hit that on the motorway, and his guy went like 50 feet in the air and died. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. It was like a cannonball shot. And he was going mad because they had to restart the mission and he had to buy a bike. And I just thought it was the best thing ever. I was thinking about it last night. I was painting, and I just started giggling away to myself. You know, when you start giggling, you just keep like giggling. Then it turns into silent laughter. And I was still trying to paint, and then I absolutely destroyed a model. So I had to repaint the black lines around the base and then re-arc them. It was worth it. It was definitely worth it. Oh, it's so funny. It's good times. Good times. I'm kind of leaving them alone for a bit now, so we can't, you know, give it too much. But in saying that, I'll probably later on talk little shit. Okay, I'm gonna take a guess that the bandages are done, and I'm gonna try and slap a wash on them. So that's being done, I can start working on the cloaks. So there's a bit of Games Workshop rumours online over the past couple of days. Ninth edition is coming out in July for Warhammer Fantasy. There was rumours that Lizard Men are gone. Now Lizard Men aren't gone. There was rumours about round bases. Now there's no rumours around bases. So it's kind of all up in the air. But in the middle of all the rumours, on Facebook last night there was a lot of shit about War Machine and Hordes because the new War Machine book is dropping. So there was like different jacks and different casters and all this kind of stuff. Now some of the models are absolutely amazing looking. Clay, if you watch this, there's a new. I don't know if it's a commission or not you're doing, but I'm just gonna we're gonna say that it's not a commission and it's for yourself. There's a new Retribution caster coming out that is quite good. He has a massive sword as well. I just can't think of the chap's name offhand. Something the Blade of Retribution. If you most of the Facebook stuff that I follow now is War Machine podcasts and stuff like that, so I get all of this. But last night and this morning, my whole feed was just, oh, this model has been released, or this model will be released. I'm looking at it all going, yeah, I can't afford any of that, and I don't want to. Please stop. And then, just to make it all worse, Horde's 10th year anniversary box is coming out, and there's two Legion casters, Saren and Rias, they're sisters, and they're getting their epic versions, which is so like there's Tag Rush one, and which would be P Tag Rush, and then there's E Tag Rush, which is the epic version. So like as the story progresses, they change and get upgrade buffs and all that kind of stuff. It's really good because Lilith comes in starter box. Then there's Lilith 2, and that's the one that I play. And then there's Lilith 3. I want to do a conversion with Lilith 3 and the Space Wolf guy, the Santa Wolf, because Lilith 3 is on a chariot with reindeer as well. So I was going to try and do a conversion of that, but that's an expensive conversion. But they came out in like a Privateer Press released them, and they're fighting a new. I don't know if it's a new circle cast together or if it's just an epic version of them, but they come on like a diorama, and all you have to do is just paint them, and you have a diorama with 3 casters in it. And I was like, that looks amazing. I need it. And then one of the lads was like, oh yeah, I'm getting that. I played them too. And I was like, it's okay. You don't need to buy it. He's getting it. You can have a look at it. It's fine. You don't need it. And then in amongst all of this, there's a picture of a Tau. New 40k box Tau and Space Marines rumored. And I was just like, oh. Because I was going to try and get back into 40k. One of the lads is painting up a Grey Knight's Force because he wants to make an Inquisitor model. But it's just, the love isn't there anymore. It really isn't. Games Workshop left the Blood Angels for a while, so I wouldn't buy the Blood Angels Codex for the previous edition of 40k, if you will. And now they're re-releasing all the codexes again. It's kind of in the last update for the Blood Angels, they lost their turbo boosted engines, and now they have to buy them, which is just a pain in the hole because in the fluff they found the construct thingy, basically the blueprint for them, and no one else has it. Oh, but now they have to pay for it, even though they're the only ones that have it. And Mephisto became a Lord of Death, and a lot of gaming meta is banning Lord of Death apparently. So it's just like there's no point even playing 40k anymore. It's just it's dead. It's dead to me. It's not dead to everyone else. But we were talking about it at the gaming club the other night. We mainly play Fantasy, War Machine, and Infinity a little bit. But that's mainly what we play because a lot of us go to the War Machine tournament scene. I was more excited about seeing a limited edition caster for War Machine than I was about the fact that 40k's new box set was coming out. It's like, oh, you're putting your best selling models on faction into a starter box. Oh, that's very convenient considering they've been in every starter box since like 4th edition, if not beforehand. Because 4th edition is when I got into it. It was Battle for Macrae. So you had Space Marines against Tyranids, then you had Assault and Black Reaches, Space Marines, funnily enough, Ultramarines again, and Orcs. Then there was Dark Vengeance, which was Dark Angels versus Chaos. Then they re-released Dark Vengeance, and you could get a Chaplain model, and then they re-released it with new rules, and now it's Space Marine versus Tau. And Tau are pretty good as well, tournament wise and competitive wise. These faces doing, I was going to say Tyranids, but we all know that. Tau. And if you haven't seen his models, you should check them out. They are sick as fuck. I love his color scheme. I have painted a Tau model for Nick over at Conversion Models, doing all the shout outs today. He won my 100 subs comp a while ago, and it was a really long time ago. I think it was before Christmas, so I should have really got my arse in gear sooner. But I was just focusing on the commission so I could try and earn money. And I lost a lot of money because I underpriced myself so fucking badly. But this is the paint scheme for the tail guy that I done. I have to redo the barrel, but this guy's not glued. Yeah, the weapons aren't glued. I'm leaving that for Nick. So he is basically Tron, and that was the idea behind this. So he has the blue glowing lines in behind everything. The edge highlights was black, then it was wet palette black mixed with the blue, and it went on for a while, and there was a couple of highlights built up. So some aspects of it you can only see the edge highlight if the light catches it at the right angle, which is what I wanted. So I'm pretty happy with that. I just have to make this look like it's hot iron and not just fucking rusty paint painted onto it, and then that'll be sent back to Nick from sticking his diorama. That is on the agenda, but just being broke as fuck, I can't afford to post anything at the minute because I have to pay car insurance and shit and college. I got a message, not a message, a letter the other day. I was like, oh, hey, you've been accepted to college. Please pay €300 by next Friday. I was like, hold on till I sell my soul to the devil. If my soul's for €300, I'd be pretty happy. Just saying. What's your next on these guys? I want to start working on the cloaks, but I don't know what way to do it. Do I do them one at a time? Do I do them all at once? Does anyone else know if there is, without opening it, because my computer will crash, is there actually music in Windows Movie Maker? Because apparently there is. She said app. I didn't use an app. I used the program. I'm professional. Please. I think we'll call it here, guys, because I'm going to wait on the wash to dry so I don't fuck up the highlights on the cloaks. And I might go and bring in the other models out of the garage and get them base coated. I think that'll do for today, guys. Cheers for watching. There'll be no pay night tomorrow or Sunday because I'm working full shifts, so I'm working all day. Excuse me. And I don't know what I'm working next week yet. Excuse me. So I can't organize anything yet. So stay tuned for more videos. And cheers for watching, guys.